Welcome to SSR Pharma Media, your trusted source for pharma knowledge. HAP Exam Edge Series, MCQs for Success, Human Anatomy and Physiology. Today we are going to discuss about sense organ. In that eye, we are going to discuss. Prepare, practice, succeed. So, special senses. In this sense organ, we are going to see the structure of eye, functions and disorders of eyes. And ear, nose, tongue and skin also type of sense organ that we will discuss later. The first today we are going to discuss about eye. The transparent front part of the eye that refracts most of the incoming light is option A, retina, option B, cornea, option C, lenses, option D, sclera. So the answer is B, cornea. So this is the cornea. Cornea is a transparent and avascular. It contributes 70% of total refractions. So avascular means no blood vessels are there. Which part of the eye gives the white appearance? Option A, cornea, option B, retina, option C, sclera, option D, choroid. So the answer is option C, sclera. So sclera is tough fibers, outer coat, white in color. So this is the sclera. So it's a sclera, it looks like the white color. That means in the outer surface. This is called sclera. Our eyes looks white color due to the presence of sclera. Fovea centralis is located in option A, iris, option B, lens, option C, retina, option D, cornea. So the answer is option C, retina. So fovea centralis has highest cone concentration. It's the best visual activity. It's involving best visual acuity. It's a retina. This layer is called retina. The pigment that gives color to the eye is present in option A, iris, option B, cornea, option C, retina, option D, lens. So the answer is option A, iris. So melanin in iris determines eye color. So melanin, this is the iris. The melanin present in this iris which determine the color, whether it's a bluish color or a light brownish color, in that like a cat eye. That is determined due to the pigment melanin present in this iris. Which chamber of eye is filled with aqueous humor? Option A, anterior and posterior chambers. Option B, vitreous chamber. Option C, only anterior chamber. Option D, only vitreous chamber. So the answer is option A, anterior and posterior chamber. So both anterior, so anterior part present cornea and iris, posterior part iris and lens, chamber containing aqueous humor. So both anterior and posterior. So sclera, aqueous humor is present over here. Rod cells are mainly responsible for option A, color vision, option B, night vision, option C, visual acuity, option D, central vision. So the answer is option B, night vision. The rod are sensitive to dim light, not to the color. So this light vision is responsible for rod cells. Which structure regulates the amount of light entering the eye? Option A, cornea, option B, iris, option C, lens, option D, retina. So the answer is option B, iris. So iris control pupil size, thus light enters. So iris are responsible for the Melanins in iris responsible for the color of the eye at the same time which controls the light. Optic nerve exists the eye at option A macula, option B optic disc, option C fovea, option D choroid. So the answer is option D choroid. The optic disc is by blind spot where no photoreceptors are present. So this part is called optic disc. So here no blind spots are no photoreceptors are present, so it is called as blind spot. Zonular fiber. Zonular fiber connects is the suspensory ligaments of Zinn. So option A lens to ciliary body, option B retina to choroid, option C cornea to sclera, option D iris to cornea. So the answer is option A lens to ciliary body. So zonulase suspend lens and allow accommodations. Zonulase. This is the zonulase. Which part of eye is most richly supplied with blood vessels? Option A sclera, option B choroid, option C cornea, option D lens. So the answer is option B, so choroid. So choroid supplies oxygen, nutrients to outer retina and highly vascular. So choroid is this part is called choroid. The main function of lens is option A protection, option B nutrition, option C accommodation of vision, option D night vision. So the answer is option C accommodation of vision. So lens changes shape to focus object at varying distance. So lens. Which cells provides a color vision? Option A rods, option B cones, option C ganglion cells, option D bipolar cells. So the answer is option B cones. Cones detect red, green, blue lights. So trichromatic visions. This is the rod cells. This is the cone cells, and this one is the rod cells. So photoreceptor cells. Which humor maintains intraocular pressure? Option A aqueous humor, option B vitreous humor, option C plasma, option D lacrimal secretion. So the answer is option A aqueous humor. So aqueous humor maintain IOP intraocular pressure nearly 10 to 21 millimeter per mercury. So aqueous humor, which is responsible for the intraocular pressure. Which structure focuses light precisely on retina? Option A iris, option B lens, option C cornea, option D both cornea and lens. So the answer is option D both cornea and lens. Cornea does major refraction, lens fine tunes for focus. So both. The blind spot occurs because no rods and cones in optic disc. Option B damage to cornea. Option C lens opacity. Option D absence of vitreous humor. So the answer is option A. So no rods and cones in optic disc. So optic disc is called as blind spot. Here there is no rods and cones in optic disc because these both are photoreceptors. Clouding of lens leading to blurred vision is option A glaucoma, option B cataract, option B myopia, option D hypermetropia. So the answer is option B cataract. So cataract is opacification of lens. So here the normal eye and if you see the normal cornea and eye with cataract, so backside there is some cloud, opacification of lens. Increased intraocular pressure damages optic nerve in option A glaucoma, option B cataract, option C presbyopia, option D astigmatism. Astigmatism. So the answer is option A glaucoma. So glaucoma due to impaired aqueous humor drainage. It leads optic nerve damage. Nearsightedness is termed as option A myopia, option B hypermetropia, option C presbyopia, option D astigmatism. So the answer is option A myopia. So nearsight means it's called myopia. So in myopia, image focus in front of retina, so connected with concave lens. So myopia occurs when the eyeball is too long or the cornea is too curved, causing light rays to converge before the retina. So this makes distant object appear blurry. So corrected with concave lenses. In hypermetropia, the focal point lies option A on retina, option B in front of retina, option C behind retina, option D on cornea. So the answer is option C behind retina. So caused by short eyeball or weak lens, corrected with convex lens. So normal visions in focus on this area, but in hyperphobia it move away from the sclera and choroid. Hypermetropia is corrected by option A concave lens, option B convex lens, option C cylindrical lens, option D connect lens only, contact lens only. Sorry. So the answer is option B convex lens. So convex lens coverages light rays to bring focus onto retina. Hypermetropia is corrected by which type of lens? Option A concave lens, option B convex lens, option C cylindrical lens, option D bifocal lens. So the answer is option B convex lens. So in hypermetropia, the image form behind the retina because the eyeball is too short or the lens is weak. Convex lenses move the focal point forward onto the retina. Inability to see near objects clearly due to aging lens is option A hypermetropia, option B presbyopia, option C myopia, option D glaucoma. So the answer is option B presbyopia. So loss of accommodation with age corrected with convex lenses. So it's a normal vision and presbyopia, this is a presbyopia focal point. Presbyopia is primarily caused by option A increase in intraocular pressure, option B vitamin A deficiency, option C loss of lens elasticity with aging, option D irregular curvature of cornea. So the answer is option C loss of lens elasticity with aging. With age, the lens becomes less flexible, reducing accommodation. So, this age-related conditions require convex lenses or bifocal for correction. Which of the following conditions may require bifocal lenses for correction? Option A, myopia. Option B, hypermetropia. Option C, presbyopia. Option D, astigmatism. So the answer is option C, presbyopia. So presbyopia often occurs along with myopia or hypermetropia in older individuals. So bifocal lenses correct for both near and distance vision simultaneously. Unequal curvature of cornea or lens causing distorted vision is option A, cataract, option B, glaucoma, option C, astigmatism, option D, retinitis. So the answer is option C, astigmatism. So astigmatism leads blood vision due to irregular corneal curvature. Astigmatism is caused by option A, short eyeball, option B, long eyeball, option C, irregular curvature of cornea, option D, loss of lens elasticity. So the answer is option C, irregular curvature of cornea. So astigmatism, it leads blood visions due to irregular corneal curvature or uneven curvature produces multiple focal point. It leads blood vision. A patient present with distort, distorted or blood visions in all directions due to irregular curvature of the cornea. The condition is most likely option A, myopia, option B, hypermetropia, option C, presbyopia, option D, astigmatism. So the answer is option D, astigmatism. So in astigmatism, the cornea or lens has an irregular curvature causing multiple focal points and distorted vision and corrected with cylindrical lenses. The retinal detachment commonly results in option A, sudden vision loss or floaters, option B, gradual lens opacity, option C, increased intraocular pressure, option D, color blindness. So the answer is option A, sudden vision loss and floaters. So separation of retina from underlying tissues and it leads flashes or bloaters in emergency. Genetic absence of cone pigment leads to option A, cataract, option B, color blindness, option C, presbyopia, option D, night blindness. So the answer is option B, color blindness. So inherited defect in cone photopigments is called leads color blindness. Night blindness is often caused by deficiency of option A, vitamin A, option B, vitamin D, option C, vitamin C, option D, vitamin B12. So the answer is option A, vitamin A. So vitamin A deficiency impairs rhodopsin. It's a rod pigment. Synthesis takes place. It leads nyctalopia. Tunnel vision is typical of option A, glaucoma, option B, cataract, option C, presbyopia, option D, hypermetropia. So the answer is option A, glaucoma. So glaucoma causes peripheral vision loss first, then it leads tunnel vision. Diabetic retinopathy is characterized by option A, opacity of lens, option B, damage to retinal blood vessels, option C, increase in aqueous humor, option D, iris pigmentation loss. So the answer is option B, damage to retinal blood vessels. So high blood sugar damage retinal blood vessels. It leads microaneurysm and hemorrhage and vision loss. Next, Match the following eye disorders with their features. So here, first we'll move to the answer. Answer is option A. So myopia is irregular curvature of cornea, and heterometropia concave lens is corrected with convex lens, and presbyopia is loss of accommodation due to aging, and actic astigmatism is corrected with cylindrical lens. Next, in myopia, the image is focused on option A on the retina, option B behind the retina, option C in front of the retina, option D on the cornea. So the answer you tell in the comment. So only the important questions were prepared and we have displayed it. These are all the most important questions related to the eyes. So eye is a type of sense organ. So all of you join in our WhatsApp community. You will get hands-out material and test series. Thank you. Like, subscribe and share.